Powering up essential systems. Booting root C/audio logs. Reviewing previous data cells. Repairing audio files.
Taking me in the beginning and kind of showing me the ropes for being able to scratch what I need.
You basically pay Durf as a guide.
Rex didn't take any harm, did he?
This man is someone that Rex may recognize. This is Jack Dawson.
I was about to ask if this was my friend Jack.
I mean, if that's where all of the people like Rex hang out, that's where she can find some good work.
There is a letter or a note that has been stuck in the windshield wipers of your van.
After about an hour, I'm able to, sound it out and figure out what it says. Secret admirer kind of situation. Can you just read this?
I was gonna say, can I read it?
Well, I can't read it.
Do one classy ding. I'm not gonna go ham.
A further back room. She goes into another room.
Bravo's being pitted against it's his suspicious nature versus his thirst for learning right now.
She's looking pointedly at you.
Guys, let's go.
What can Violet do to get Bravo to trust her? And she goes, you don't need to make a decision right now if you're not comfortable. Please.
Every time I come in here to let you study me, I'm taking one of those books with me.
How many of you have read 1984? Awesome. Alrighty, so when last we left our heroes, they were in the office of one Director Kathryn Slater. They had just received information about they began receiving information about their new assignment. In the room are Director Slater, Buck, Terry, and one other person whose name is on a list that I have not yet actually opened up. So the other person in the room is someone named Gene Nash. Now, Bravo, this is someone that you recognize. They've come in and asked for contract work with Durf and his shop. They're one of the technology or engineering kind of R&D specialists or department heads, you could say, of Eden. Now, the line that you last heard from Director Slater was, "How many of you have read 1984?"
The year?
So, 1984 it was an old world novel, actually. It described a future society that was horrid and dystopian, you could say. Just very, very. This society was the definition of a helicopter parent, a very brutal helicopter parent.
Oh, Ms. Slater, are you talking about 19 Eyes 4?
I think so. I think if we're thinking along the same lines, that sounds about right.
Oh, yeah, I know what 19 Eyes 4 is. I came from a place kind of like that.
Oh, so you should be well versed. This isn't very original then.
I suppose. It's going to be a little bit different being on the other side.
Yes, that is going to be true. Let me just give you the lowdown. Let me give you the skinny on this. So, this community, New Pittsburgh, it's a rather large community based off of the ones that we've seen so far. It's built on the bones of its namesake. New Pittsburgh is a technology hub. They're very advanced compared to many of the societies that we've seen and communicate with that have scraped themselves together after the collapses. Now, this, as we just said, this community is currently run in the manner found of the once fiction novel 1984 by George Orwell. Now, this, what we do know, this city that was once known for advanced manufacturing and bridges has now become a technological landmark in this, veritable wasteland of scraping together what we possibly still can. Good news, it has still kept many of its bridges, so I guess Pittsburgh can still be known for bridges.
Good to know they survived.
This Pittsburgh sounds like a wonderful place.
From what we could tell, it's kind of wet and snowy. 9 months out of the year. So basically when you're going to be there. Hope you like the cold.
I forget how.
I'm
cold
sorry.
is it
I
in,
know
like,
I
I was
New
going
York?
to
A lot of
say, yeah, no. Let's see. Well, I feel fair. Goodness me, words. I fare pretty all right in the cold. I'll be fine.
I don't really know the cold that much, but can't hurt too much.
I'm sorry. I know I ask a lot of questions. What's a helicopter parent?
So let's start at the beginning. Do you know what a helicopter is?
Yes. I've heard the stories. I've seen them too. Not a working one, but I've seen one before.
Oh, I'd love to.
So you know how helicopters kind of they're built to hover and like just be over things.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine a person, or in this case, a parent or something that hovered over their child and watched and curated everything they did.
Oh,
helicopter parent. See?
Okay. Yeesh. I think I'm getting the feeling that this 1984 book is kind of a common influence then.
It was definitely very popular back in the old world, and so it makes sense that a lot of people would have tried to pattern their dictatorships after it. The biggest holdup is that in that book, the technology was very, very advanced. So it was comparable to the old world, but once the old world collapsed, we lost a lot of the access to that kind of technology, and so finding societies that have been able to properly and accurately recreate this is kind of rare, actually. But once you tried, not rare.
It does work when it works. After all, New Orleans was a nice, thriving city. Yeah.
So, what's the mission here? Are we meeting with someone like we did in Dynufunk, or are we going in blind?
So it's a little bit of both. We haven't been able to get anyone on the inside. This community is a lot more hostile towards outsiders. It has so far been completely impossible for us to get anyone in and hear back from them. We've had people try, obviously, but we've gotten very, very limited information back. We know that they've built a wall around the city they live in, but they've gone to the lengths of actually leveling the city that is outside of the wall. From what we understand, this is some kind of way of making sure that they can detect threats that are incoming. If they are truly based off of 1984, then they're perpetually at war with some other outside force,
like zombies.
What they are personally at war with we do not know, but they're very, very committed to the bit.
Does Terry do anything at the word zombies?
There's like a shudder. A shudder runs through his body.
Okay.
I don't know about you two, but I'm ready for this job. Been restless since we got back. Let's Miss Slater, what else do we need to know before we go in? You said yes and no when I asked if we would be meeting with someone. What was the yes part of that?
So the yes and no part of that was you had asked if we were meeting someone to give you more information. The answer was yes, we have more information than you did last time. So you're not going in 100% blind, but we haven't been able to get anyone on the inside.
Oh, okay. What else can you tell us about it then?
So as we said, we know that they're a technological hub. They seem to be working very hard in developing a lot of advanced advanced technologies that we haven't been able to recreate since the collapse. The importance of that scientific division means that they've actually been able to successfully bring back a lot of the things. Like, as far as from what we understand, the city actually has electrical power due to some form of we presume hydroelectrics, because they have a river that runs directly through the city. As we said, it's a large city. We're estimating somewhere in the range of 600 to 700 people who currently reside there, which is about 5 times larger than Dynufunk was. Let's see, do I have other information?
You know anything about a leader?
So we don't know much about the leader. We haven't been able to get a visual on them. We don't have a descriptor. We do know that it is run by a single person. at least politically, it's run by a single person. This isn't a cadre or some corrupt council that we know of. But as to who they are or what their interests or vices may be, we do not know.
Ah, there's one leader and there's a river. Guys, we know exactly what to do.
Dump them in the river?
I mean, it worked before.
Second verse, same as the first.
I still think we should be, well, no, never mind.
Well,
If you have any other specific questions, I may or may not have information for that.
Do you have a map of it?
Yes, so we have a rough map, and she hands you a piece of paper. It's like legal paper, so it's longer than normal, and it has this map. The city of New Pittsburgh is roughly rectangular-ish. It's more like kind of a misproportioned rhombus in a sense. The lines aren't perfectly straight as they've built the walls on existing streets. So it kind of zigzags around, but it vaguely makes that. They, as is stated, the anything outside of the wall is basically just a bunch of scribbles to indicate that this is basically all just rubble. There is a river that runs through the community. It's in like the northern third of the area, and there's actually it's more of a tributary to a large river. Now that large river is outside of the city walls.
I point at the river that runs through the city. I say, do we know, is this water toxic?
We don't believe that the water is toxic, no.
Good. Well, I've asked all the questions I'm going to ask. Rex, Dice, do you...
No, let's get going.
yeah, I'm ready to leave.
I think this time we're good with the cars we've got. Thank you so much for that Corolla last time. It was so important to our plan.
Terry blushes a little bit as you say this.
But Rex got some new wheels, so...
Terry helped me with the shopping.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
That's so nice. Oh my goodness.
Again, you two haven't seen it yet, have you?
Well, if you brought it ever to the Rusty Shotgun, probably.
Nah.
Then
that's
no.
He's within walking distance.
Okay, then no.
I mean, I'm the mechanics guy, and it's been a couple of months since you got it, so I assume that you've shown it to me at some point.
Yeah, I think I have. I think we took it out.
Good.
So Rex just grins. He's at Dice. He's like, I can't wait for you to see it. Bravo here is already familiar.
Rex, I am so excited. I've been hearing you talk about it for so long. I'm very excited.
Okay, so leave tomorrow morning?
Yeah, that sounds perfect. Gives me some time to pack up and get ready to go.
Or,
hang on just a minute. I do have a question or two. Who's that lady we don't know?
Could you say that again?
Who's that lady we don't know? You said that there was someone new, like in the corner.
Oh yes. So, this lady, her name, Bravo recognizes her. This lady, her name is Jean Nash. She's a pretty regular woman, sized woman. But she has that air of authority that comes from someone who's had to prove that they're worth being in power, you could say. Prove that they're in the position they are through their skills and their abilities. She knows what she's doing. She is the Bravo. You remember this because she's come in to get contract work from Dirt to manufacture or fabricate very specific things. She's part of that research or technology development part of Eden. It kind of in the same way that if as you've been hearing this, New Pittsburgh is known for their technological advancements. Eden obviously wants to advance and rebuild some level of the old world, and so Jean is the one who's responsible for this department.
Oh, well, Rex doesn't really know any of this. He kind of points at her. He goes, I get why these other two are in the meeting. He kind of throws a hand at Buck and Terry. He's like, but who are you?
So this lady Jean, she levels her gaze at you, and it is unwavering. And she goes, My name is Jean, or you can call me Miss Nash. It's more respectful. I am Eden's technology and engineering supervisor. I'm here to make sure that we don't fall back into the dark ages after the apocalypse. Now, I guess you're probably wondering why I'm here in this room.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm here in this room because you're going into this community, and from the last place you went, you blew up the one place that had any form of technological advancement in the community. Now, we would prefer that not happen in New Pittsburgh. We would like to recover as much of the technology as we possibly can, not bury it.
Oh, okay. I get it. Be a bit cleaner this time and bring back some of the toys.
That would be preferable, yes.
Got it.
And
Our main objective is still the people, though, right?
Yeah. Yes. And Kathryn, yes. The people are our primary objective. The technology is a side goal. We don't want to destroy their way of life. We want we kind of do. We want to liberate them from the tyranny, not destroy everything they've known in the city, anyways.
That's all right. I love an extra challenge.
Gene, I may not be a fancy supervisor, but even a normal visor can bring back some technology. We'll handle your mission.
She goes, good. You kind of get this air that that Jean, she comes off as kind of hostile or giving orders just right up front. That's the air that you get, especially as she speaks and directs you. It is a no questions allowed kind of tone with her.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say I didn't like her tone very much.
I need to, gosh. So if that's the vibe she's given off, but I want to read a person really quickly to see if there's a question that I could.
Okay.
The proper kind of question I'm looking for. Basically, before I roll it, I don't want to roll it just to roll it. What I want to kind of gather from a Rex perspective is this someone with like actual authority that Rex should respect? Is that something I can roll sharp for?
So I'll just give you information on that one because I don't think this is it's. I mean, just looking at reader person.
What I'm kind of looking for is like, is this a farce?
I guess you could ask. Yeah, so there is a question if you want to read a person that would apply. What does your character wish I'd do is probably the closest to what you're thinking, or the how could I get your character to blank?
Okay, I'm gonna roll then.
Okay,
that is what is that? 10 plus 1, 11. Well, so I get to ask all of them. How long does a hold last? Like, I assume once the situation is over, I can't really.
Yes. So for read a person, the hold lasts until the conversation is over.
Okay,
because you can spread your questions through the conversation.
What does your character? What does she wish that we would do?
So Jean, her character, she wishes that you would listen to her instructions and not fight back. She believes that she is in a position of authority, which in her department she is, and wishes that you would respect that authority. Now, does that authority apply to a military man? That's up to Rex to determine.
Yeah.
Because I mean, frankly, this is this is just descriptor while you're thinking about other stuff. This is the equivalent of the head of marketing going up to the security guard at the front office of Facebook and saying, "You need to make sure no one gets in. Listen to me."
Yeah. Okay. My second question is, how could I get her to kind of back off a bit, or to like not demand my respect in kind of the tone that she is?
So the question you're asking is how can you get her to reciprocate respect?
Yeah, I think that's a good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think for her the easiest way that you could get her to treat you like an equal instead of an inferior would be to go above and beyond in the task that she has requested of you. For her, results matter a lot.
Got it. And I don't have a third question.
Okay, cool.
Okay, then. Sorry, one more question. Rex, you're, of any of us, you're the most accustomed to traveling the wilds. Is it safest to travel during the day or at night?
During the day, because it's easier to see stuff from far away.
Good point. All right. Early morning, then?
Early morning.
Early morning.
Alrighty, so the meeting breaks up. What do each of you intend to do with the remaining hours of the day?
I just want to let Durf know that I'm going to be gone and then catch some Z's.
Okay.
I'm gonna go make sure that like the doctor is out is placed in front of my door.
What time is it right now? Like evening or?
Yeah, it's in the evening. You've got maybe an hour or so left of sunlight before it hits the horizon.
Yeah, not enough time to really go to any more than one shop, I guess. I'll just...
Yeah, I should, yeah. You've got enough time to visit one shop, and then obviously the bars stay open much later.
Oh, so I can go to a shop and then the bar. Okay. Are there any, like...
it's the nightlife.
Weapons or explosives experts?
So if you're looking for an expert, yes, there are. You've probably worked with them or at least alongside them in some capacity. The experts would be employed in the guard of the city of Eden. If you're looking for a retailer, though, you'd be heading back to the market of Violet Black, which I should come up with like a name for her trading company.
She's like the only weapons shop.
She's the most likely place you'd find it.
Okay.
I mean, she is the biggest trading company in Eden. There are definitely smaller, like a couple of smaller operations, but I mean, she is. It's kind of like comparing Amazon to Etsy. You know, you've got some other people who do more specialized work or can find some smaller things, but if you want to find anything, best bet is Violet.
All right, I'll put a pin in that for now then, and just go to the Rusty Shotgun.
Okay. Cool,
meet up with good old Jack and Cerulean before gotta head off for another job.
So something actually happens while you're at the Rusty Shotgun. Just to understand things. Dice, I know you now frequent the Rusty Shotgun as well. Are you probably there at the same time, or are you busy packing your med kit?
She's busy packing her med kit. She's at her apartment.
Okay. So Rex, you're at the Rusty Shotgun with Jack and Cerulean, just enjoying a drink before you head off into the wastes, and it's no longer a responsible idea to drink, as if that's ever stopped you. But no, what happens actually is something that a little bit into your stay there, the doors open. How much do you pay attention to who comes and goes from the Rusty Shotgun?
Always, I usually give a quick glance. Usually it's no one too important.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so this time when the door opens, and the person who walks in is Buck.
Oh, I wave Buck over.
Yeah, and Buck nods and heads over to you and he goes, "Evening, Rex."
Howdy, Buck. I didn't know you came to this place.
I try to make the rounds, but tonight I was specifically looking for you.
Oh, what for? And
so Buck he pulls up a seat and waves the bartender over, orders a drink, and he goes, "Today, the meeting today was good. I feel we got the information that we needed about this new Pittsburgh, but I feel that what Director Slater is doing is a wonderful work and a brilliant effort for the community, but in some senses there were times that I wish she was a bit more forward in the promotion of Eden itself."
Right. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Now this new Pittsburgh community, they're known for their technology and the things that they've been able to accomplish, and as much as Miss Nash wants us to preserve it, I'd prefer if we procured some of it instead.
Procured the technology?
Yeah, yes, sir. What we want to do is, and he's leaning a little bit more. It's dropping his voice a little bit, so it's a bit quieter. It's more, I guess you could say, conspiratorial. He says, "There's a few items that we've been able to learn have existed in this community, and they would, I feel, be a great boon to Eden if we were able to make sure they ended up in our hands instead of being destroyed or left by the wayside in this poor community. And with this, what Buck does is he slides or at least he like pulls a little piece of paper out of his pocket, and he hands it to you. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna message it to you personally, Rex.
Got it.
And you can determine whether or not you wish to share it with any of the other party members.
I need to read it first before I can ask a couple questions.
Yes.
Nice title. Rex looks at the paper and says, I can't read.
And Buck goes, "Okay, we each have our flaws. Okay, well, so you're a military man.
Oh, yes.
Or at least have become one.
What you can do is you can just kind of say
question.
that he explains what's on the paper. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask if you wanted me to take headphones
For the
out.
sake of it being
know,
a podcast, it might actually be nice for y'all to remove your headphones so we can give the audience the in as well.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, don't listen. Yeah,
Okay,
there we go.
So Buck,
Rex leans in, of course.
yeah, so Buck is, okay, so we want to make sure that we're able to protect ourselves here in Eden and that we have the materials that we need to make sure that we stay safe and that we are protected from any threats that may be coming our way. So if you could, I guarantee these things are here. We would need you to bring back an armored personnel carrier. Just they have these, they're very, very protected and large machines that are built to move people. We also know that they've built some sort of wireless communication network or system. I think they're basically walkie-talkies, but if it's a little bit different, all the better. If you can bring that back, it'll help us a lot. And the last thing that we've heard through the grapevine, some people coming in and coming out seem to have heard a few things about this. We think it may or may not be true, but we heard they've been working on building a railgun.
Ho-ho.
And if we
A real railgun.
a real one, a real railgun. If we can get our hands on that, there is no saying how safe Eden is going to be. So if we can bring either the entire thing back or even just the plans for it, this is going to be something that's incredibly helpful. Now, Rex, I need you to help me with this, because if I go to anyone else, they're going to tell me this is some sort of smash and grab operation. This isn't Operation Eden Freedom Fighters.
Now, Buck,
local lunatics.
I'd be more than happy to help out with this, but this does not appear to be part of the original operation. If you want my help with it, we're going to need to come up with some sort of secondary agreement. I cannot go above Miss Slater's head, but I am more than willing to help you out with your own personal project here.
Buck nods and he goes, you don't need to worry about going above Miss Slater's head. I'm working directly under her. This is more, it's not even to the side. It is in line with our goals, our ultimate goals of protecting and preparing it. What would you require to help in this department?
Can I roll sharp again to read a person?
Yes.
Okay, that's a 9. So
You get
one question. Me wants to ask about the truth, but I don't think Rex cares about that a ton. What does your character intend to do?
What Buck intends to do with this, it is what he said. Buck intends to basically arm Eden.
No, I'm just telling them, not yet.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, Buck intends to arm Eden. When he said that he doesn't believe, he thinks Miss Slater's efforts to free people are great, but that we haven't taken enough care to bolster Eden. He thinks he believes that this is in line, and so what he really intends to do with these things is to put Eden in a much more powerful position, and hopefully put himself in a much better light with Miss Slater by doing so.
Okay, cool. Rex can line up with that. But he does kind of shake his head a small amount, and he goes, This is going to require a little bit extra compensation. This is a lot to ask for on top of some of the other stuff we got going on.
That is reasonable. This is going above and beyond. I would not be opposed to personally giving you a tip for your services.
Rex nods.
And he sticks his hand up. Do we have a deal?
Rex nods, sticks out his hand and shakes it. He goes, "We got ourselves a deal, Buck."
This is going to be a wonderful thing for the community. And he grabs his drink and holds it up to, I guess, kind of toast with you.
Clink.
And I think we fade out of that scene. Hey, for those of you who don't know, we actually do have a Twitter. It's at Aaron Ignota, AARONIGNOTA. If you go there and you follow us, you'll be able to get updates and things about the show that you wouldn't get just listening to it otherwise. So go there and check it out and you'll stay in the loop. Thank you so much for all of those who have been listening to this podcast. If you would just be able to go and subscribe on whatever platform it is, or share, send us a review or a voice message even on Anchor, that would be wonderful. We love hearing from you and we love to see your feedback, and we want to make sure that you don't miss any of the upcoming episodes. That would be a true tragedy. So go ahead and do that. And I think that's everything. So we'll get back to the show now.
A equals 17. Remember that.
We're back.
Okay, yeah, we're back. Sorry about that.
Go and grab our glasses now.
Oh, it's that bright, huh? I can see the reflection of the Discord screen, like in your glasses.
We were very busy there for a second.
I noticed, Aaron, you made a really nice rabbit with whatever you were putting in your hand.
Head scratchers.
Oh, yes.
Scratchers.
Oh,
why do I have two? I have no idea.
Too bad.
I wish I had two.
The night wraps up and a new day dawns. We have this time, as we left the last time, only 3 of the 4 participants. Well, not 4 of the participants. Gregor is off doing an important work, but we have the 3 of you who are, I guess, ready and prepared to travel. What is the? How are we all? Or I guess do we want to? Question for y'all: do we want to role play like the discussion of how y'all are going to travel? Because between the 3 of you, you have 2 different vehicles, but also no particularly like planned route.
Okay,
I think that makes sense because Rex wants to take his vehicle.
I'm getting in a car, so
We're leaving through the west gate as usual.
just let me know.
morning of, I'm there. I'm strapping everything down inside my van just in case the road is bumpy. I'm just like, so Rex, what's the plan for getting there? I assume we're taking your vehicle too, but I figured we'd still need my van just in case we need the mobile workshop.
Yeah, it's always nice to bring a bunch of crap along, just in case. But he as they approach the vehicles, he proudly throws out his hands towards his vehicle to show Dr. Dice. He's like, "This is Reptile." And he's just he couldn't be prouder of his, sickly dark green, like 4x4. Just caked in like mud with a bit of rust.
Have you like painted like angry like shark mouths on it, kind of like a missile?
Not yet, no. Oh, that's a good idea. I'll have to do that later.
Wow, it's so green.
And so Rex just couldn't be prouder of his sickly dark green, dirty 4x4.
It's so beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's what I will say about it for you, Rex.
He just kind of nods. He's almost like not even listening to you. He just assumes you love it.
As somebody who's not a purveyor in vehicles, I don't really care which car we take. Just so that I just want to get there.
Oh, you should ride shotgun with me then, so you can, shoot anything that comes our way.
Do you have a shotgun for me to use?
You can use my rifle.
Okay.
You don't touch my shotgun.
Apologies.
And just if you guys are going up front, just Dice, if you can check your rearview mirror every once in a while to make sure I haven't been accosted by some raiders sneaking up behind us, we'll be good.
I think I can do that. Keep an eye out for both Bravo and shotguns.
Sounds like a plan. Just get this show on the road.
Okay.
Alrighty. So you're taking both vehicles as you drive out of the city. What's the order? You're doing side by side? Is it caravan style, one in front of the other?
I figured the 4x4 would be in front.
Okay, cool.
And I'm as I'm driving, I'm watching to see how hard, if he ever has to go over potholes or something, there's ever no option for smooth road. I'm just seeing how hard he bumps and trying to choose a wise path for my van as I go.
I do want to know, how long is it going to take to get there?
I am literally figuring that out right now.
Okay, because I want to talk to Bravo at some point while we're in the cars.
I don't know how you're going to do that, and you're in separate vehicles.
I know, I realized
I say that
after.
that is a thing. So you have yet to create or establish any form of like vehicle to vehicle contact that's not like vigorously waving out the window.
Are radios a thing?
We do not have any, I don't think.
I could probably make some if we had time.
Exactly. So yes, if you wish to have radios, that will have to be something that will be constructed, purpose built in the Savvyhead workshop.
So how long about would that take?
So Bravo, your van already is equipped with like transceivers and receivers and
Yeah, transmitters and receivers.
Receivers.
So probably wouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, it wouldn't. I think the thing is that you'd have to stop at a place and spend some time doing it, and you'd probably end up with a basic like CB kind of radio.
Okay.
Mounted in each vehicle.
When you say some time, are you talking hours or days?
Let me scroll down to the list of Savvyhead things and read it to see what I like.
Do I have to worry about fuel? Or are we just going to kind of waive that?
So I'm not going to worry about fuel unless there's a major detour. I'm going to presume that you have not been stupid and planned accordingly for the distance that you'll be traveling. Now, if there is, as I said, a major detour that was unplanned, that's where we'll run into the fact that Bravo's van is a gas guzzler.
So is mine, kind of.
Yeah, both. Yeah, but I think his specifically has the tag guzzler.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah,
it
mine does
does.
not.
Guzzler.
Yeah. So like if the two of you were in an endurance race, Bravos would definitely run out of gas first. So I feel
It's also full of equipment, so that can't help its mileage.
That's why it's a guzzler.
Okay, so Bravo, you want to, if you'd like to build some like radios or whatnot, like a CB system between the two vehicles and the two vehicles only for now, I'm gonna say it's gonna take you a day, like just a day of solid work to like get it tinkering. You're gonna have to be like kind of cannibalizing some stuff and making it work and being able to hook it all into the car's own electronics. So it's gonna take you a day, but it's gonna take you a day. It's not gonna be very long range. So it'll allow you to communicate, but it's not going to be miles and miles away. It's going to be fairly close range. And while you do it, I mean, you're in the wastelands so far. You've already left Eden, and I should say, is this something you consider before or after Eden? Because I'm going to say if you left Eden, it's going to open you up to danger because it's the wastelands.
Yeah. I don't think I even considered it. I think this is Dice's idea as we're traveling.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So what
Yeah.
you're going to have to do is you're going to have to stop. You're going to have to spend a day figuring out how to make this work and installing it in both vehicles, and it's gonna open you up to danger on the road, at least while you're making it.
Would there be, how much of a difference would there be if rather than saying we want it built into the vehicles, we just want two walkie-talkies?
So I'm gonna say that's actually gonna make it harder, because now instead of it being attached to a constant power source like a car's alternator or battery, it's now got to have its own self-contained systems.
That's okay. I just, at some point, that's why I ask how long it is. Because if anything, if we take any, like, I would assume like a small pit stop or anything from, place to place, at some point, I would get into Bravo's car for a little bit.
We are making a pit stop in Pittsburgh.
There you go. Okay, yeah, cool. But yeah, so those are the stakes for if you want to build or like engineer your own radios. Those stakes will not change throughout the rest of the game if you ever decide to do it later.
here's my thought. Knowing that, when we make a pit stop, if Dice brings up this idea, I ask her to drive my van, and so I'll just work on it while she's driving.
You can only work on it so much because you have to stop the vehicle to route it into the main power supply.
Okay. I just figure that means that at least we won't be sitting ducks for as much time.
I can drive for a little bit.
Okay.
So you can start tinkering with the idea.
We can work with that.
Okay.
So he's building something inside of Reptile right now?
No, I'm building it in
Oh.
the van
Oh, okay.
In his
got it.
van.
while we drive. So right now we don't have anybody on shotgun because
Oh.
Dice
No.
is driving my van.
Okay. Well, it was nice to have some company at first.
So sorry. I need to talk to Bravo about Violet Black specifically, but I wanted to wait till we were out of the city to do it.
So as you're driving and I'm like tinkering, trying to get these things to work, I'm like, hey Dice, I don't know why I'm so excited for this. Last time it was pretty. There were some pretty rough parts, but I just couldn't wait to get on the road.
I've never done anything like this before. So I don't know. I kind of have to agree with you. It's fun, but that's also.
Does that make us scary people?
Does that? I know. I was wondering. Does that make us scary people? Because I feel like this is something that Rex is just there for.
And Rex is not scary.
And Rex is not scary. Yeah. No, I'm excited. I'm a little more nervous for this one. I feel like going into the last one, I was there before, so I had already kind of gotten to know the society a little bit, kind of knew what we were in for. As soon as you guys got there, everything just like crazy madness ensued. But
Yeah, I think even getting in is going to be a challenge on this one.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I did while you're working on your little thing right there, I just wanted to know, what are your thoughts on Violet Black?
I absentmindedly touch the side of my head, and I kind of pause in my work. I don't know, Dice. She's I want to hope that she's gonna make a difference,
Yeah.
But at the same time, I know how she's really anxious to learn about some technology that's caused some big problems.
I was kind of picking up on that. As soon as we got there, I could tell she was not happy that you brought other people. She wanted you alone, which, red flag number 1. But I also kind of, with that, I got the feeling that she really wants to study you.
I mean, she did say that.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I want you to be wary.
I am wary. That's I am, but I mean, she said she wants to. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if we're ever gonna go back to. If we were ever assigned to go to Siliconia, it would really help to know how this thing works. Like, tink tink on my metal brain.
Well, I would also be lying if I said I wasn't excited about the fact that she kind of got me roped into helping out with what she wants to work on. So
Yeah, if anybody's gonna know how my brain works, it's good to have a friend.
absolutely, yeah. I just wanted to make sure we got that settled. We don't trust her. I don't trust her, and I just hope that you don't immediately put all your faith in her.
Is there a word for in between trust and not trust?
Is there a word for in between trust and not trust?
Sketchy.
Sketchy.
Okay, I sketchy her.
You sketchy. She's a little sketchy. She's just a little sketch.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And I'll kind of quiet down and just go back to paying attention to the road after that.
Good. All right. How far do we get before we have to stop for the night? Or do we have any unfortunate events before that?
Yeah. Do we have to stop for the night?
So yes, so you will have to stop for the night. This trip is going to take you a grand total of 2 days.
Grand.
Grand total, yes. It's a longer trip than it was. It's a significantly longer trip. All in all, it's going to be like 40 or so hours on the road.
Okay.
I mean, if you're looking at the map, you're traveling from Connecticut to Pennsylvania. So, and the reason I say it's 40 instead of 8 or 9 is because the whole infrastructure has been destroyed.
There's no roads.
So that's 2 days, even with barely any time to sleep.
I mean, that's 2 days taking taking 6 or 8 hours of sleep. Like I'm not going to be cruel, and Google Maps is only going to help so much in determining how long it's going to take you to get somewhere. So,
yeah, especially with the roads messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for continuity's sake, I'll do the first day in Bravo's van and then the second day in Rex's van.
Okay.
You shotgun up there, look out for danger, because apparently New Pittsburgh is at war.
They're at war with
something.
everyone.
It's not a van, but I get what you mean.
Truck. Sorry. One's a van, the other's a...
Is it a truck, or is it a...
Or off-roader... Excuse me. Cars aren't my thing.
They're not mine either. I don't know how this would work, but I kind of imagine it like half Jeep, half truck.
Half Jeep, half truck. Okay.
I don't know what
Rex's
a 4x4. That's a 4-wheel
vehicle.
drive of some kind. It's built like a brick.
Jeep trucks?
Okay,
I don't know enough about cars, but I can tell you, it's great.
It's great. It's good.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So you do make it through the first day. There are no issues. As the sun starts to set and starts to head towards the horizon, you think it's probably a good idea to make camp for the night before traveling after dark in the waste.
Okay. As we're making camp, I'm just like anxious to get the job done on these transmitters. And I'm just like, hey, can somebody else take the first watch? There's some stuff I had to wait until we stopped moving to finish. So I see if I can finish up the job before I go to sleep.
Yeah, I can take the watch.
That's good. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Do I have to roll for Overwatch?
Yes, please do that.
Okay, I believe I can roll hard for this. Yes, when I stand Overwatch, I roll hard.
Alrighty.
Wow. 7. I got a 4 plus 3.
Dang.
Wow. Bad roll.
But that is still a mixed success. So, let's see. On a 7 to 9, doing Overwatch. If anyone attacks or interferes with your ally, you attack them and inflict harm as established. Cool. So, you're in position to watch over while Bravo's fiddling with the dash on the inside of your vehicle and like kind of running back and forth between the two and testing things and clicking buttons and such and such.
I'm gonna say I have my shotgun out specifically right now because presumably I've got something ready. I know how to stand guard.
The time while Bravo finishes putting the radios into the vehicles, it goes by uneventfully. This obviously isn't your first night in the waste. I know we described it last time when we were near Danu Funk that the land out here was you could hear like the noise of insects and birds. It's kind of just like being outside at night as a general term. What is Rex's style for being on guard?
I don't think he's expecting a huge amount right now. He's not going to be like lazy. We're looking at I like to think that we like built a small fire or something to like provide light, and that's what's allowing Bravo to work.
I think that's reasonable.
So kind of sitting by the fire, but being really like he's sitting, but changing position fairly frequently, looking behind him a lot, looking around, and a lot of scanning, a lot of visual scanning, and using his ears as well. We're not like super like guard, like pacing back and forth, but like just a very wary, static kind of guard.
So for you, the night, it's a bit tense, but it is relatively uneventful. Nothing happens that would trigger your Overwatch, and Bravo is able to finish working on his communication devices within the vehicles.
Interesting. Expected something bad to happen. Now I'm even more worried.
Your move just put you at risk.
Oh, okay. So it's just a risk, not necessarily that something bad would have to happen. Okay.
Yeah.
Something bad could happen.
How much
Yes.
time after finishing the walkie-talkies does Bravo have to sleep?
And Rex, for that matter.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely something, it takes you a little while to figure it out. You get them both installed and they're they power on, but for some reason, like you can talk in one, but you can talk in one, but not in the other. Like, it's really like it's a lot of just like fiddling and fine tuning to make sure that they work with each other. And you're probably going to end up with about 4 hours of sleep before you move on. So not preferable, but not the worst thing ever.
Doable. And if I get really tired, then I can walkie-talkie over to the other car and ask for somebody to come into mine and drive so I can...
I was going to say, Rex
shut-eye.
can stay up for a little bit, but then Dice will get up and do like a majority of the night. Because she can sleep while Rex is driving. If she can sleep, because the road is bumpy, but,
Or you could drive.
Or I could drive, that too.
What kind of food do we have? What does the apocalypse offer for travel food?
What did y'all bring? I will leave that one to you.
Beef jerky and nuts.
Freeze-dried.
M&Ms.
If freeze-drying is still a thing. Oh my gosh, is it still a thing?
Yeah, like there are some supermarkets or Costco, like half the sign has fallen off of like Costco, so it's really just like Coco or whatever.
Cocoa.
It says cost.
Just cost, yeah. It could cost you. It definitely will cost you your time, maybe your money, and possibly your life. You'll be lost in a labyrinth forever.
I'm just gonna say that in my scrounging, I at one point found a huge bag of M&Ms, so that's what I eat.
Only M&Ms?
Yep. I offered a trade though. Like I offered a trade with you guys.
Okay.
No.
I call them mums. Before we head out for the second leg of the journey, Rex, is there any tips for traveling on the road, or we just keep doing the same thing we're doing?
So you're driving yours, and now Dice is driving with me.
Yes.
No, I think he kind of assumes that you understand that if stuff happens, you'll know what to do.
Okay.
It's just kind of second nature to Rex. Although not that he's been driving a huge amount for his life. I think he just kind of thinks that it would be fun to hit things with his car.
$18, $37, $19, $27, $0, $41, $31, $37, $0, $30, $21, $21, $20, $0, $34, $21, $40, $0, $36, $31, $0, 24, 21, 28, 32,